Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to another video from TW White & Sons. Taken in part exchange, here we have a Mazda 2 1.5 SE-L Nav Plus Automatic, presented in deep crystal blue with the black cloth interior. Now, as I take you around the car, I just want to tell you a little bit about it. We are a Mazda dealer, and we have been for many years, and we didn't supply this car from new. It was actually supplied at a dealer in Beckenham, not too far from us, which has subsequently closed down. So the customer, we've kind of adopted the customer. So thank you very much, Masters, and thank you very much to the customer who, in case you're watching this video, for a lovely little car. Now, she's very happy with the brand. She's come over to us. She has used us for servicing back in March, so I think happy with the service she's got, and she picked up a new Mazda 2. I think it was yesterday. I forget now. The days all roll into one. Now, it's deep crystal blue, and it's in really lovely condition. I've got the service history in the car, which I shall share with you. And being the SE-L Nav Plus model, the earlier SE-Ls didn't have reversing sensors. They didn't have auto lights or wipers, and they didn't have climate control. So this car has got a few other goodies, and this one, which I have never seen before, has got heated seats. That's it, you heard me correctly, heated seats. Now the sports with leather generally had heated seats. This one, look at this. Let me just start the car. Move this gear selector out of the way. This has got heated seats, look at that. And they're 3-stage. And I did check them out. They're beautiful, really warm. You've got cloth seats, heated on a Mazda 2. So a real bonus. Find another one. To try to find another one of them, I think would be like finding a needle in a haystack. So I'm really pleased about that. I shall add it to the description. Now, the car's covered 15,640 miles. It's a one-owner car. Previous owner had it from new. I'm just going to put the air conditioning on because I've warmed it. Even though it's the 1st of November, it's warm. It's a bit blustery. It's very wet today, but warm. I always like checking out the air conditioning. Oh, look at that. Very nice. Nice and cold, as it should be. Now, here's the service history. So, supplied by Masters Mazda, Elmer's End. So, PDI, March 2019. Then a service in 2020, a little bit late because of COVID, but that was only at 4,707 miles. Then April 2021 at Masters, and then end of March 2022 with ourselves at 12,693 miles. And I believe when the lady came in, we just spoke about another car, and she put a car on order, and it's only literally just turned up. So that's how we acquired this vehicle. So you've got a 6-speed automatic gearbox. Now, a lot of people do ask me, is that a proper automatic gearbox? And the answer is yes. It has a torque converter. It's not got one of these sort of semi-automatic or wet, I think they call it a wet clutch, where it's a bit jerky, it rolls back on hills. This is a seamless gear change in the traditional sense, nice and seamless, and it doesn't roll back on hills. However, you've got a sport mode should you require a little bit more punch, and you've got 6 gears, and you can change them manually. Don't know why you would want to do that. I just like to put it in drive and off I go. Perhaps I'm a lazy driver. So, heated seats, you've got USBs for charging and reading data, a little SD card there. That's for your sat nav, and a little 12-volt socket there. You've got climate control, and that is all. That's got really cold now. Auto lights, wipers, cruise control, volume control, trip computer, and you've got your hands-free controls here. So this is touchscreen, but I never use it as a touchscreen because once you start moving, it's disabled for obvious reasons. But this little human interface here will operate all the time, so I just get used to watching this and it becomes second nature. Now, applications, you can upgrade this page to have 2 more apps. You can have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. They come as a pair. So should you require that prior to collecting the vehicle, let us know, and we'll do it sort of at cost price for you. It's around £300 mark. Then you can navigate and access a lot of driving apps on your smartphone, and that's becoming a very popular accessory on these cars that don't have it from standard. FM, AM, DAB, you've got all that. Okay, DAB, you know, I sometimes, when I'm describing it, it's like it's a new thing. It's been around for some years now, and I think it's important that cars have it, because a lot of FM stations are closing down and going straight to digital. But look at this, you've got something for everyone on there, something from all around the world, all types of genres, talk stations, sports, etc, etc. But a lot of people do like to stream from their phones, which you can do here, and you've got the USBs as well, which I used to put music on, but I've become a bit boring now, and I put it over to DAB and listen to LBC most of the time. But I'm a bit sick of the news at the moment, so streaming documentaries, that's my thing. Now, communication, so once the phone is connected, you can access your call lists, phone book, etc. If you have an Android phone, it will notify you and give you the option to read your text message, which can be quite amusing. Sat nav's dead easy. Put your postcode in and off you go. Now with the Mazdas, you've always got to remember to put a space in the postcode. Okay. There's an interesting feature here. I'm often looking for petrol stations, and this will tell me the direction and the distance of a petrol station. Okay, now you can set up a Wi-Fi hotspot from your phone, dead easy. Your car will connect to the internet, and you'll even get fuel prices. Now I used to take no notice of fuel prices, however now I see a huge range, you know, up to sort of 10p a litre difference, so that's something I'd definitely use. Okay, and you'll also get weather reports, etc, etc. Right, so let's go to the settings page now. So you can turn this display off, change the contrast, show the clock, all sorts of things there. Safety, you've got smart city braking, so the car will apply its brakes should you get too close to the object in front. So I'll give you a scenario. It's a hot day, you're really bored, you're in stop-start traffic, there's been an accident, and you get distracted, take your eye off the wheel, and if your car rolls, you're doing under 20 miles an hour, by the way, this has to be under 20 miles, and if you're rolling along, there's no driver input, you're not braking, accelerating, turning, it will put the brake on to stop you colliding. Okay, now the great thing about that is it's recognised by insurance companies. So this car is recognised as to having that, so it's a safe car. And statistically speaking, a lot of accidents happen in that scenario. So anything that could prevent that from happening is a great thing in the eyes of insurance companies. So it affects the insurance grouping by making it a lower one, and it should affect your, it should decrease your premium, insurance premium, or something to argue with them about. You've got lane departure warning, so if you were to veer out of a lane without indicating, it shall warn you. Let's see how it'll warn you. You can change like the timing, the warning, the sound, so there you go, it will bleep. Okay, but you can change that to your suiting. You've got a great sound system in the car. I wouldn't say you needed to upgrade it or anything like that. You've got a GPS synced clock, so no need to ever have to set the clock. You've got automatic wipers. You've got some nice things here like coming home lights, leaving home lights. So a nice, well-equipped little car. And I just want to mention another thing. As well as it having a beautiful 6-speed gearbox, which doesn't roll back on hills like a lot of small cars do with these modern gearboxes, it has a 4-cylinder engine, not a 3-cylinder. I don't like 3-cylinder engines, reason being they sound like they're misfiring to me. They sound a bit rough, they're not as well balanced of course, and they need turbochargers to sort of give them the power that you need. Mazda have gone the other way. They've made 4-cylinder engines and they've made them a little bit bigger, but they've made them fuel efficient. Okay, so this has only got, this on the old tax, this would only be £30 a year to tax. That'll give you an idea of what it's like. So economical, very practical, Okay, you could put pushchair in the boot. Did I show you the boot? No, I didn't. No, let me show you the boot. Sorry, I'm out of sorts today because of the rain, so I've my normal routine. Right, there you go. Look at that boot. Now this is a boot which could fit a pram in, and all the bits and pieces that go along with it. It's also a boot that can accommodate a spare wheel should you require one. Now, I never, in my 21 years of being in the motor trade, I could never understand why boots were so important to people, but I do since becoming a father. So that boot, I think, is family friendly. No, it definitely is family friendly. You've got ISOFIX anchorages on the 2 rear seats there. Okay, so should you require any further information on this vehicle, please do not hesitate to ask, and I really do mean that. And you can try us at any time of day. Should it be out of our regular business hours, drop us a voicemail, drop us an email, and we shall try to come back to you outside our regular business hours. Oh, excuse me. The car is a Mazda approved vehicle, so it'll go in the workshop. We'll make sure everything is tickety-boo. Now let's have a look here. So we're now November. I would service this car for you. When was it registered? And I would put a new MOT on it. So it'll come with a 12-month MOT and newly serviced, even though it doesn't really need a service, but we shall do that. And that will also come with 1 year's Mazda roadside assistance, which is also European cover, and it's not one of these silly complimentary ones which won't pick you up from home and this, that and the other, and kind of forces you to upgrade it. It's a very comprehensive, in fact probably the most comprehensive roadside assistance package. Okay, so we've covered warranty. Part exchange, I just want to say, no matter what you have, if you don't have a Mazda or a Suzuki, which is what we sell from new, do not worry. We want anything at all in part exchange, and you shall get the best deal with a part exchange, despite what you hear on the radio, on the internet, on the TV, these sort of highly advertised companies who say you'll get a better deal. I must disagree, but please do punch your reg number in and get a price, get an idea of what your car's worth, and speak to us. Now, we're fortunate enough to have a very, very loyal customer base, and we get a lot of repeat business, and it's amazing how often people change cars these days. But if you haven't dealt with us, do check out our reviews, and you'll get an idea of what sort of people you're dealing with. Okay, so part exchange is covered. We've got great finance facilities, we've got warranty extension facilities, but the first year is free of charge. Okay, we can do a delivery service, a video walk round for you. We're here to help, and I really do mean that. Okay, just try us out, please. I want to thank you for watching the video. I hope you've enjoyed it, and we look forward to hearing from you. Thank you. Bye bye.